It is first light of day 14 on the John Muir Trail. Last day. I have just actually started my descent. Not my descent. I'm already thinking ahead. My ascent up to Mount Whitney, which is the trail end. The trail ends on the top of a mountain. It is a rough climb. It is from where I camped at Guitar Lake. It's about 3,000 foot elevation gain, about 4.5 miles, and I was already starting over 11,000 feet. So I actually started just as that first light was cracking over the horizon there. It was actually kind of cool packing up my tent and seeing the millions of stars out, and then also seeing the headlamps bobbing along the trail, along the switchbacks ahead, as a lot of people try to get to. I'm gonna stop talking because stop walking. It's uphill at elevation. It's not good for talking and walking. People like to try to get up there for sunrise. It is beautiful. I've done it. It is so cold though. It's cold enough that this time I was like, nah. So I'm starting at first light, giving myself plenty of time because it will slow down. Less oxygen, 13,000, 14,000 feet. And the trail up there isn't exactly like smooth. It's very rocky. There's actually some parts where you're scrambling. So it's a challenge no matter how in shape you are. There are all these fitness geeks that go up there and they struggle too. So everybody's struggling that last 2 miles. So taking plenty of time. I think that was a really long introduction. So I'm gonna catch my breath and I'm gonna keep going. That beautiful morning light breaking over those clouds on the east side. Swing around here. Got a little bit more of it. I think I'm about at the bottom of the switchback section, coming up from Guitar Lake. And you can see the sunrise on the peaks over here to the west. This is Guitar Lake. You can see a little bit more of its shape now. It's got kind of the handle way back there at the edge. It'll be more obvious a little bit further up. All right, that was a little bit more than a 360. This is the trail. Further up on the switchbacks now, we have more light across the mountains now. Better view of Guitar Lake, and you can see why it's called Guitar Lake. It's more obvious from above. And then, yeah, just up on the switchbacks, they pretty much come from straight down here. Now, these switchbacks are the first place I ever saw a pika, and I was really struggling on these switchbacks, and I had to sit on a rock, and then I was kind of embarrassed about sitting on this rock and being exhausted because I'm a PCT hiker and I had already gone over 750 miles. Switchbacks shouldn't be, that hard. And all of a sudden this little pika came out, a couple rocks down. I just kind of sat there too. And I know it was just a pika doing its pika things, probably preparing for its day of yelling at that other pika across the way, but in that moment, it really felt like I had a rock sitting buddy. And ever since then, I have loved pikas. Haven't seen any today. I don't know if I will, but that's my pika story. And these are the switchbacks up to Mount Whitney. Okay, I hit the junction for the trail from the west, which is what I took, which is, well, this switchback right here. Meets the trail coming from the east, which is what I'm going to be taking to get out of here. You can see this is a backpack drop-off zone. For the last 2 miles, I put my essentials in a stuff sack, and here we go. 2 more miles, and here is the extreme danger from lightning warning, which is why you got to try to do this in the morning. There are quite a few clouds out, so I might try to get this done as quickly as possible. Oh crap. There's rain over here. Alright. Alright. This is kind of the section I was talking about where it gets a little rocky and scrambly. there's points where I definitely have to use my hands coming down. And it's one of those things where you're at this high elevation, it just uses that extra oxygen. I think this point up here is where I gotta use my hands. Coming up on one of my favorite features of this hike up to the peak. And when you're looking at this peak from down below, it's like they've got these needles and spires. But when you're actually hiking, let me get a little further here. Those needles and spires are actually windows. And usually that's an amazing view. It is storming today. Peak should be getting pretty close. The final approach, getting some good gusts of wind. I can see the emergency shelter, which has a metal roof, so it's kind of pointless for the storms that are going to be coming today. I passed a day hiker, and she said there's a 30% chance of thunderstorms at 11, which is pretty early for the Sierra, and a couple hours from now. But there's still a lot of that trail that's above tree line, so I won't be spending a whole lot of time at this peak. This is the summit, Mount Whitney, 14,500 feet. It was remeasured. Do a quick 360. And so right in front of me is Owens Valley. That's where I'm going to be exiting today. Whew. Well, that's it for the John Muir Trail. Done, right? Just done. Nobody talks about the hike out. So now it's 2 miles back down the trail I came from, and then at the junction, I'm going to be taking the trail to the east, which is another 9 miles. So 11 miles till I'm out. And as always, I just have to wait to see what goes on with these thunderstorms. Nothing is ever easy, is it? Except for yesterday. Yesterday was actually pretty easy. I love these little bits of sun that I've been getting. Almost makes me think there's not going to be a storm. Just quickly as I'm coming down here, those are those little pinnacles or spires or whatever I was pointing out before that look like spires from down below, but are these cool little windows as you're hiking this trail. Look at the view coming down now with the sun out. The sun is out, at least temporarily. Definitely learned that weather can change very, very quickly on the mountains. But while it's out, might as well appreciate this view. Better look at Guitar Lake. That's where I started my day. The summit of Mount Whitney was over here. And I'm going to swing around this way, because from this vantage point you can actually see the trail junction. So you see that switchback coming up, and then this trail going down, and where they meet, if you go straight, that's what I'll be taking next. That's where my backpack is sitting, and that's where I'll be taken to exit the wilderness. I'm at Trail Crest, and the wind has officially picked up again. This is my very last pass entering Indian National Forest. This is where I'm going down, actually. Switchbacks lead straight down. And then very last pass of this trip, that sign down there says entering Sequoia National Park. And then again, this is where I came from. Okay, so the hard part should be over, I think. The trail part is over. I mean, this is just bonus exertion at this point. But all the scrambly stuff should be done. I'm going uphill now, but like the uphill stuff should be done. And next up, you can see this lake down here. Try to zoom in. Gonna hit the famous 100 switchbacks that lead down. Now, they're probably bad coming up, but I also have lost traction on my shoes, which made that scrambling part a lot of fun. So I'm going to be taking these a little slow. Weather has cleared up so nicely. I would love it for it to stay this the rest of the day, Not just for me, but for those hikers who are just trying to summit Whitney now. This is nice. A little windy, but nice. Oh, here we go. It's a much better view of the switchbacks. Yeah, we're just going straight down at this point. Currently passing through Outpost Camp, which is basically at the bottom of the switchbacks. So right here in this basin is where that lake was that you can see from the switchbacks. And it's just, I just passed a bunch of tents. They're just tent sites that are kind of tucked into the rocks here. It's at 12,000 feet. Helps people acclimate for that trip up to 14,500 feet. And it also makes the actual trail through here kind of difficult to find at times. This is right about the time when the day hiker said the 30% chance of thunderstorms. Doesn't look too bad. So many rocks. These clouds just rolled in. These are the most menacing, and they don't look too menacing yet. And then swinging around here, the summit of Whitney is like right here. It's hidden right now. Some fluffy clouds. They're moving fast though. So we'll see. We'll see if there's thunderstorms or not. At this point, whatever. I'm gonna be close down to tree line, I think, pretty soon, and I'm down from the peaks, so that's good. Okay, nice views down into Owens Valley right now. I'm gonna stop walking as I just slipped. I've got no traction on my shoes. So this trail, I'm gonna follow it down to about 8,300 feet, and then from there on, I get to take a car the rest of the way down into that valley. Cloudwatch 2021 continues. Yeah, I think there might be some thunderstorms today, at least at those higher elevations. Right now, as I'm heading down, slowly turn. There's tree line right there, but it doesn't look so bad yet. But I'm kind of glad I did that quick tour at the top, because now I don't have to deal with this dark clouds forming. I would say I'm about halfway down now. I'm kind of sitting next to the Mirror Lake outlet, getting some water, grabbing some lunch. Weather looks great now. It's actually cleared up quite a bit. I don't know what it's doing high up in the mountains. But this trail is really, really steep, and it's very rocky. It's very uneven. So it does pound your feet and your knees a little bit. So taking a little break, and then straight on to the portal. Recently discarded sign, it looks like. So glad that that is out. And I think the fire that started a couple days ago when I was passing Glen is out as well. I'll check the InstaWeb stuff when I get signal again. But I didn't see anything from the top of Whitney. I wasn't looking for it, but I didn't see anything. I can kind of see it. Whitney Portal, this almost magical, mythical place that I've been talking about for like the past week. You can see the road coming in here. Portal itself will be blocked by trees. But down there is food that has not been in my bear can for a week. Hot food too. And cars that will take me to more food and showers. And one car in particular that has a change of clothes and shampoo for those showers. So, I don't know. I feel like this is pretty exciting. It's like checklist for Whitney Trail. I had sunglasses. That's it. That's the portal. Well, this is the portal. There's the store over there. And hidden behind these trees is actually a waterfall. Magical. Okay, so the summit of Whitney was the end of the John Muir Trail. Whitney Portal is the end of the hiking part of this adventure, but there's one more stop. I'm gonna go to the lowest point in the United States, and that's Death Valley, and that's 2.5 hours away after my fries, though. Well, I made it. Negative 282 feet, so 282 feet below sea level. That's a total elevation change of 14,787. I did the calculations in the car. It's also 111 degrees out here, so it's enough Death Valley in the summer. I'm gonna go hop in an air-conditioned car. Thanks for joining me on the John Muir Trail, John Muir Trail Plus, and see you later.